Frutal! Frutal!
This is Tyler Boggs, the sweetest man you'll ever meet. Along with his wife, Elizabeth Boggs, he has created a self-sustaining farm independent of the farming industry that is formulated to assist his community. In class, we have been learning the frightening realities of the commercial food industry, as well as the overwhelming advantages of buying local, chemical-free, nutritionally dense meat and produce for our families. At Heart2Heart Farms, Tyler and Elizabeth take pride in giving everyone a voice in determining what fruits, vegetables, and livestock are available locally and, more importantly, how they are grown and raised. Heart2Heart Farms believes in and encourages a sustainable way of life. They believe in providing for everyone no matter how much money they make, and they give access to natural, nutritious foods. By encouraging their neighbors and clients to join their mission, they have been able to create a thriving, local community that shares knowledge, experience, and trade secrets openly to create a better world for us all. At 7 o'clock a.m., I went with Tyler on a 2-hour drive to pick up this Highland cow, nicknamed Burrito. Along the way, I interviewed him on his reasons for farming and his point of view on the commercial feed and farming industry. I was born into farming, he explained. My family, along with 5 others, own 133 acres of land. He says his father never called it organic farming because back then it was just farming. He never used chemicals, but even then Tyler was blind about the industry and how corrupt it was. When Tyler was 15, he joined the army, but he got injured and lost his ability to serve. He wanted to serve his country in another way, though, and farming seemed to be the best decision. But when he got back to his farm, he found that a $2 million tax was placed on his property, so he couldn't go back. Elizabeth Boggs was in the army too as a med evac. When she got out, she worked in the civilian sector. One day, a girl, only 9 years old, came into her hospital pregnant. Physiologically, that shouldn't be possible, Tyler says. So 5 years ago, Tyler and Elizabeth did research and discovered that part of the problem can be contributed to a human's daily nutritional routine. They started watching movies such as Food Incorporated, Food Matters, Ingredients, and A River of Waste. We were shocked by the corruption in our food system, Tyler tells me, that we said we are done. We bought the farm as a mean of self-preservation. A circle of wagons technique, you could say. Eventually, people started approaching Tyler wanting real, organic food. After Tyler had started expanding his farm, he realized the cost of producing good food is more than people pay at the store, which provided him with no way to make money. Tyler started educating about the industry to other farmers to show them how to quote-unquote get drugs out of your food. He made sure that people understood if they have a means to purchase good food, they can change the system. I have a policy of transparency, Tyler says. I will go through the price of production with anyone. Tyler also started creating a barter system and a work trade system. He says it builds community. The work trade system means that people can pay off their purchases with their labor on the farm. He kept expanding a little by little and eventually fell in love with farming by realizing that many disorders such as ADHD, ADD, and even autism can be pushed closer to a cure. Ever since I met my wife, Tyler says, I haven't even had the sniffles. Tyler uses no GMO seeds at all. He raises only heritage livestock and makes sure that he has a good stock and uses no injections, which means no hormones and even no vaccinations. If there is an acute infection on any of his animals, he will use an antibiotic, tag the animal, and sell it at a reduced price. Heart2Heart Farms provides a large, community-supported agriculture, also known as a CSA, which means that somebody buys a membership for the year of about $400 to $700 and is allowed to plant whatever they like in a small area, and Tyler will take care of it for you. Every week you come back and pick up whatever has grown. There's also a community garden free of charge, but Tyler gets 1/3 to 1/2 of what you grow. He has 100 different medicinal plants on the farm, and he has a 250 tree fruit orchard. He grows his own fish, tilapia, trout, and catfish, and also practices vermiculture, which means worm farming. Heart2Heart Farms has a campaign to eliminate commercial feed. It has developed a relationship with a produce distributor, and Tyler goes to pick up 8,000 pounds of rejected produce every week. 30% of that is still great grocery store quality. Every Friday he has free Veggie Friday for anyone who wants to participate. All that is left goes to the animals. Tyler also gets 6,000 pounds of organic spent grains from a local brewery every week for his own livestock. Tyler told me horrifying stories about Jersey cows, and now they have a 20% to 30% cream content in their milk, which means that's all they're good for. So farmers just incinerate their Jersey cows, pictured here. They don't use their meat, they don't use their bones, and they don't use any part of the cow except for the milk. So Tyler rescues 300 Jersey calves every year, and has been doing this for 3 years. The acceptable loss rate of cows is 35%. At Heart2Heart Farms, their loss rate is only 8%, and with more funding, they can bring that way below 5%. I asked Tyler what he believed would happen to the economy if there were more independent farmers in America. I quoted him here. "I think if we had more independent farmers, more farmers wouldn't do shit. Problem is part of the problem is that farmers don't know how to be profitable, and the community needs to be able to balance their values with their checkbook. Every time you go to the grocery store, you're putting a farmer out of business. Either buy local or buy commercial poison. And if you're not buying local, you're part of the problem. If the community started buying from small farmers, it would have a revolutionary effect. Part of the problem also is that our industry is not geared to support small farmers, and it is hard for them. Tyler had a friend who was a doctor. She made $150,000 a year, so her family decided to move to the country. They wanted to buy a 20-acre piece, and once they got everything approved, the bank found out about a small community-supported agriculture, or CSA, on their farm, and the bank canceled their loan. So the family hired an attorney, and they fought and fought. Finally they won, and the bank made them sign a promissory letter. They made them say that if they ever farmed, the bank could at any time cancel their loan. The family had the money and the good credit to farm, but the bank knew they had the power and took advantage of it. Tyler and his wife did the same thing. They took out a loan for the solar system for their farm, but they had no farm income to pay for it. Eventually, they got the system appraised, but on the appraisal, the appraiser said that they farmed, so the bank canceled the loan. They went through 20 different banks and credit unions before they found one, but the bank offered their services at a blood-sucking doubled rate. In regards to the processing of the animals, Tyler has talked to many different dairy farmers, and they all agree they do not like the inhumane way that they have to process their cows, and they would rather process their animals in the open air. That's how Tyler does it. He goes out in the open air when processing his animals. He treats his animals like his children. He gives them hugs, love, and a last meal before harvesting them. "They are my babies," he says. When you transport an animal, it produces poisonous adrenaline in their blood. This is poisonous to us, so it is inhumane to both the animal and us to transport them. Tyler gets out. Tyler gets asked the same question over and over and over. How can you eat something that you know? His answer? How can you eat something that you don't know?